Hi, this is the auctions homepage, which is the same as the active listings page, which you can get to from the menu option here. As you can see, I'm signed in here as DGB. The top portion of the page displays listings which have images, and the bottom portion displays those with no image. For these, I display the category icon next to them. Each item displays the title, a description, and either the current bid or the reserve price if no bids have yet been made. Items with a current bid are shown in yellow and the others in green. Clicking an item will take me to its listing page. This item, for example, was listed by Dennis, and no bids have yet been made, as the bid from price is the same as the reserve price. The app is set up to bid from either the reserve price or from 1 penny above any current bid. The app won't allow bids lower than those amounts. Checks are performed client-side and server-side, and an error will be returned if the bid is too low. Also displayed is the date an item was listed and the auction end date. There's also a link to other products in the same category, and as required, the user can also add comments. If the user wants to see other listings by the same seller, they can click on the name of the seller. The user can also click on the Add to Watchlist button to add an item to their watchlist. The same button can also be used to remove the item. As you can see, the function toggles between add and remove depending on if the item is already in their watchlist. If I add this item, I can then see it in my watchlist. If I then remove it and check the watchlist again, you can see that it's been removed. I'll quickly demonstrate adding a comment and then make a bid on this item. I'll add some text in the comment box here and submit it. The server side checks whether it's blank and also removes any HTML tags, and then it'll display a message indicating the comment was successfully added. So if I now want to bid on this item, I just head to the bid box and I can either use the little arrows to select a bid amount or type something in. If I type in a figure lower than the reserve price or the current bid, if there is one, it won't allow me to submit. If I tinker with the code in DevTools to remove the minimum input and then submit, it'll just return an error. Per project requirements, the bid must be at least as large as the starting bid or higher than the previous bid. With no other bids, I can just submit $10 and it will be accepted. It then tells me I have the current high bid for this item. Until a higher bid is offered, I cannot offer another bid. However, the next person to bid will need to bid at least 1 penny more. If I go to this page as a different user, you can see the app has automatically determined the next lowest bid. If a user isn't logged in, they have no ability to bid, and they'll see a message informing them that they need to be logged in. The next listing is by a different user again, Sally. There's already at least 1 bid on this item, so the app informs the user of the lowest bid they can make, which is a penny above the previous bid. Sally also has a number of other products listed, which I can see by clicking on her name. This next item has no bids, but I'm the user who listed it, so it tells me I'm not able to bid on my own listing. I can choose to close the listing if I wish to though, and the app will tell me if that request is successful. I can also reactivate the same listing. I can close the messages by clicking on the X. Comments are displayed in reverse chronological order, as you can see here. Somebody else could bid on this item though, so if I go back to the other session where Jasper is logged in, Jasper can make a bid, and I'll demonstrate what happens when I close the listing. So Jasper has bid $11. The app tells him that was successful and that he has the current highest bid. If I go back to my session and close the listing, you can see it tells me who won the auction. If Jasper refreshes his page, it'll tell him his bid won the auction. I can still reactivate if I wish to though. The categories menu link displays all the product categories I have. Selecting a category will display all the products listed in that category. I can then click on the product links to display that listing. If there are no products in the category, a message is displayed. To create a new listing, select the Create Listing menu link. Users can enter the product title, a description, the product category, an expiration date for the listing, an optional image URL, the starting bid, a choice of currency, and whether the listing is active or not. If I create a listing, you can see how this works. I'll fill in everything except for the image URL. Select a category and a different date, choose a starting bid, and then click the Create Listing button. Besides the client-side checks, all the inputs are checked server-side too, so even if bad data does get to the server, it'll be rejected, and an error message will be displayed. And there we have a new listing. The My Watchlist link displays the current user's watchlist, if they have anything listed, along with a thumbnail, product image, or the product category icon if no image exists for the listing. The page also displays the expiration date for each listing. If a user has nothing in their watchlist, the page will be displayed like this. My Listings shows a seller the items they have listed. Jasper has no items listed, but if I come back to my session, you can see I have several items. The page displays the listing, the reserve price, any current bids, and if the listing is active or not. Again, I can just click on a product link to view its page. Log out works as you'd expect, and I can then log in again too. In the admin area, you can see several models I created. These are bids, categories, comments, listings, and watch lists, besides the user model. With each of these, I can view, add, edit, or delete data. So, for example, if I wanted to add a new comment, I can do that here. Similarly, I can also delete it, as I also could do with data for the other models.